Bar chords are one of the most difficult challenges a beginner guitarist faces, but unfortunately most of the songs beginner guitarists set out to learn contain some bar chords. Have you ever felt like, no matter how much you practice, your bar chords always sound a little muffled or buzzy? What if I told you there's a simple trick you can do to make learning bar chords much easier regardless of the type of guitar you have, and even if you have such tiny fingers like I do? Now grab your guitar and let's get to it. Hello everyone, this is Guitar Tips with András. In today's video, we're going to discuss how to play bar chords easily. I offer online guitar lessons, so as always, if you need any help with any of this, make sure you reach out to me on my website today and get 50% off your first guitar lesson. So what are bar chords? When you're using a single finger to cover multiple strings like this, you're playing a bar chord. A bar chord doesn't necessarily need to span over the entire fretboard, but quite often that's going to be the case. For this tutorial, I decided to use my classical guitar because it has a very wide neck, and if I'm able to play bar chords very nice and clearly with this one, even with my tiny fingers, that's a clear demonstration of the fact that you don't need to have long fingers in order to play bar chords clearly. I'm going to play a simple yet commonly played chord progression. I'm sure you've heard this before in several songs. This song can be played without so many bar chords, so you could use some open string chords instead to make it easier, but I decided to only use bar chords in this demonstration to let you really get the hang of this technique today. So the chords are as follows: B major, F sharp major, G sharp minor, and E major. The song sounds like this. As you could hear, most of the chords were quite clear and not muffled at all. I also managed to play the chord progression with quite little effort. So how did I do this? Watch what happens if I just play a simple melody using the high E string. Alright? And now I'm going to play a bar chord. So what was the big difference between the two things? As you can see, when I'm playing a simple melody using the high E string, I'm able to let my thumb hang over the top of the neck like this, while still being able to play the melody clearly. So what's the deal with the bar chord? I need to hide the thumb behind the fretboard like this, because otherwise I would not be able to reach across all the strings with my index finger. Okay? So the thumb is the secret. Always make sure that when you're playing something difficult or something that requires you to reach far with your fingers, or of course if you have to play a bar chord, make sure that you hide the thumb like this. That enables you to free up all the fingers and play clearly. Because your fingers are not just these things that are sticking out of your palm, but your fingers actually go all the way down to your wrist. I'm going to show you from the side what it looks like when I'm not lowering the thumb. I am not lowering the thumb, and you can see that there's a big break in my wrist. There's also no way for me to reach across all the strings with my index finger like this. You see, my index finger is not long enough for that. So what I need to do is to hide the thumb behind the fretboard like that. You see, if I do that, my index finger is completely freed up, unlike when I grab the guitar like this. Okay? So it's quite important, always lower the thumb behind the neck like this when you're playing something difficult. Now I understand that lowering the thumb also means you need to lower your shoulder, which means you'll have to hunch a little bit, which is not healthy and not very comfortable either. So what I do to fix that is to raise my right knee like that. I'm going to show you from the side. You see, as I lower my thumb, I need to adjust my entire body posture like that. This is not a very comfortable position. But if I raise my right knee along with lowering the thumb, my shoulder and my upper body can stay in the same position, like this. Do you see that? Lowering the thumb, raising the knee in the meantime. So for this purpose, I highly recommend that you use a footrest or even a very thick book. The good thing about this technique is that you can absolutely use this regardless of whether you're using the right thigh or the left to support the guitar. If I'm using the left thigh to support the guitar, I can still lower the thumb and I will benefit from the same advantages as if I was using the guitar on the right thigh. Of course, I understand there's another detail to all this, Bar chords can be quite painful on your skin. While the more you practice, the less it's gonna hurt, there are steps you can take to reduce the pain. The first thing you should do is always make sure that your fingers are close to the fret, like this, and not like that. You see, the closer you are to the higher fret, the less you'll actually have to press the string. The less you have to press the string, the less it will hurt your skin as well. But make sure you check out this video where I discuss finger positioning in much more detail. So there you go, that's how you play bar chords easily. Of course, as with everything else, you'll have to practice to really get the hang of this, so don't feel disappointed if it doesn't work for the first try. As you progress with your guitar studies, you'll find that changing your posture ever so slightly can make a huge difference in how you're able to play the guitar. Make sure you subscribe and let me know how you get on with those bar chords in the comments section. Thanks for watching, keep practicing, I'll see you next week.